So what about the environmental impacts of electric vehicles? Are they actually bad for the planet? Well, far from it. Because a typical electric vehicle, as I mentioned before, the motor will last easily 1,000,000 miles without fault, and the battery tech is catching up rapidly. We're seeing gradual improvements in chemistry. The range is improving by about 10% per year, for example, but on top of that, the lifespan is improving too. So batteries are lasting longer, to the point that there's every possibility that the chassis of electric vehicles is going to rust through before the battery finally dies. And when it does die, what we would call a dead battery in an electric vehicle still has loads of life left in it, because it's still got about 70% of its original capacity. 70% of between 40 to 100 kilowatt hours of battery capacity is actually loads to use for energy storage, and there are already multiple companies that are producing second life batteries for your house or for grid scale commercial energy storage using old electric vehicle batteries. So those batteries will last many, many more years in grid storage once they've been taken out of an electric vehicle. But of course, they will eventually die within those energy storage systems as well. Do they get directed to landfill? No. The recycling techniques that can be used on lithium-ion batteries today can recover up to 100% of the materials within the battery, and there are over 90 firms worldwide working on ever-improving ways to recycle lithium-ion batteries to make it even more efficient, to make it even better at recovering those materials and creating a circular economy. But what about the materials that go into a lithium-ion battery? How do we get those in the first place? Does that damage the planet? Well, lithium, let's look at that first. Lithium only makes up about 10% of a lithium-ion battery. There's really not much of it in there. However, there is actually quite a lot of lithium in the world. There's 14 million tons of lithium on land and 230 billion tons of lithium in the sea. That is enough for over 18 trillion Nissan Leaf electric cars. Also, lithium-ion batteries contain no rare earth elements whatsoever, and cobalt, the other contentious material, is being rapidly phased out of electric vehicles. And in fact, multiple cobalt-free batteries have been released on the market, and Tesla is already using some in some of its Chinese-built Model 3s, which are coming to the UK today. Even if an electric vehicle and its battery are built and charged using fossil fuels, an electric vehicle will save over 20 tons of CO2 over 160,000 miles versus an equivalent petrol or diesel car. If you power the electric vehicle using renewables, and if you make it using renewables as well, then that saving is over 40 tons of CO2. And in fact, there are already many companies that are building batteries and electric vehicles in factories that are powered by renewable energy and have carbon neutral production standards. Also, as for that figure of 160,000 miles, by that point, a petrol or a diesel or indeed a hybrid car are probably going to be giving you quite a few reliability issues by that point. An electric vehicle is still going to be going strong, and that includes the battery. Another important factor for the environment is that electric vehicles have no tailpipe emissions, which means that they're not pumping out NOx or petrol or diesel nanoparticulate matter into town centres. NOx and nanoparticulate matter cause severe health issues, so the fact that you're using an electric vehicle that removes those pollutants makes for healthier town centres. Again, you can find out more information on this at the evmarketplace.com.